just an ASMR trigger. Ask a question or just say something silly. And then I will pin the message. Cool beans, and then I will change my outfit. And then I will post it in the Discord. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Okay, cool. I think we're here. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Is everything sounding, looking, feeling okay? Welcome, 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 everybody, and I hope you're doing okay. Welcome, 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 welcome. And hello, 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 Snowbird. Hope you're doing okay. It is fantastic to see you. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic to see you. Hello, Derek Crush. Seems quieter than normal, huh? Okay. Let me try something. Quieter than normal, huh? How about this? Let me go to the advanced audio properties, turn the mic up a bit. Turn the mic up a bit, a bit, a bit. Hopefully that sounds a bit better. How's that working for you? Could be on your end. Okay. Could be on your end. Hold on, let me mute the mic. There we go. Excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. Well, here we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening to everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening to everybody, 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 everybody. I haven't played this one in a while. Hold on, let me mute the mic, hold on. Hello, 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 hello. Looks like we've got a, oh, I forgot he can turn into little baby Wario. We've got a request already in the request box from Jared who says, "Hi Joey, I had a feeling you'd do one more stream this week." Well, you're right, I should be streaming tomorrow as well too though. I'm in a place where I can, stream a lot, and that's because I am happy to announce that, I passed my exams. I still have one on Monday, but I'm feeling very good about it, I'm feeling good about it. Hello, look at Warrior, hope you're doing well. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic to see you. And I certainly hope you're doing okay. And that goes for everybody out there. I hope everybody's feeling okay. I hope that everybody is having a wonderful, chill, cozy Friday evening. Chill, cozy, oops. A chill, cozy Friday evening. As I said earlier, I actually passed a pretty big exam today, so I'm in pretty high spirits. How are you guys doing? Good, I hope. Well, thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I hope everybody's been doing well. As a matter of fact, do you guys have exams, finals, or anything like that? Do you guys have exams, finals, or anything like that? recently. My cough has been pretty bad recently. I was coughing so much today that my abdomen started to hurt. Jared says that Key West is a 4-hour drive from where you're at. Golly. I really hate like long car rides. They're the worst. I'm cool with planes, but I think I hate being on a plane more than I dislike being in a car. But I would much prefer to go by plane if that makes sense at all. Hey, look, we got some bunny ears. Or I guess not. Thought you had to fly or take a boat. Fly or take a boat, a boat, a boat. A boot, a boot, a boot. Taking anything to help. I've been taking some Dayquil. Dayquil. This is the first Wario Land, so Wario actually had like power-ups and stuff. He doesn't anymore. He just kind of gets hurt by stuff, but he's like virtually invincible in the newer games. Virtually indestructible, especially Wario Land 3. Like, you can't harm him at all. Well done, I got to meet the mic. Sorry about that, folks. Looks like we've got another comment in the request box. Reluctant Warrior adds that they don't mind being in planes, but being in an airport, another story. I've addressed this many times, but every time your boy JoeyZeed goes to the airport, I get pulled over for a, quote unquote, random security check. But I think I must be on some sort of list, because it happens every time. You can ask anybody who's ever traveled with me. It's not just here in Missouri that I get pulled over for those random TSA checks. I also got pulled over in Hawaii, and I also got pulled over in Fiji, which is, where my family's from, which is kind of bizarre, right? It's like, why would you guys pull me over? You think it's very cool and very different. I've been missing your drawings, JC. I can't wait to see what you got cooking up. The first game. I think this came before the Virtual Boy game. Oh, that's right. I need more coins. Because Wario loves treasure. Wario loves treasure. I can't wait to see that, JC. I love your artwork. I love your artwork. You were really going off for a while there. You were really popping off in the Discord for quite some time. Popping off for quite some time. I was really liking your stuff. I need to go back and just kind of see what I liked about it. But yeah, just take your time. Sometimes you get like writer's block. Still can't buy this, okay. Gotta go back. I love like the little baby Wario. I don't think that like mini Wario ever appeared in any of the other games. I think it's just this one. I have very vivid memories of this game. When I was a wee little... Oh, jeez, what happened? Gosh. When I was a wee little ratling, I think I couldn't have been more than like... This was in... What's crazy is that, so I got Wario Land 4 first. That was the first game. And I liked it so much, and I really was a big fan of WarioWare as well, that I started getting like all the Wario Land games. So I got the first one, and then I got the second, and I got the third, because back in the day, GameStop used to actually have like older consoles games, like they used to have stuff like when the Game Boy was out, and even when the DS was out, you could still buy Game Boy Color games there and stuff. So they always had a good stock of like Game Boy Color games. You always had like loose copies of Pokemon, which is hard to think about now because, gosh, the Pokemon games are so expensive to come by these days. Hold on, I got a cough. Sorry about that, folks. Wario World on the GameCube. I played Wario World for a little bit. I actually owned it, but I never finished it, and I sold it, which is kind of dumb because, I did like it. I think I got to like the Ghost World, which is I think the second or third world in that game. Oh, looks like we're looking at Warrior and Jared know each other. Isn't that nice? Whoops. Loopsie doodle, loopsie doodle, loopsie doodle. I know I've mentioned it a couple times. Did any of you guys used to watch, like, there used to be this, like, web series called Taco Man Plays a Video Game that I was a big fan of as a kid in, like, middle school. And it was about a talking taco named Taco Man, and he would, like, review video games. And it was, like, completely, like, animated and stuff. I think he does, like, a bunch of Dead by Daylight animations now, but he used to make the Taco Man Plays a Video Game series, which I was a big fan of, and then he deleted all his videos, I think. But somebody re-uploaded them, so I've been watching those again, and gosh, it's still kind of funny. You never heard of it? 6 gold coins. You are correct, JoeyZeed. This is actually, the full title of Wario Land 1 is Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land. Because this is like a sequel to the 6 gold coins. Hold on, I gotta take a cough break. Hola, 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 Bonzo. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué onda, qué onda, qué onda? There we go. I forgot how to open the door. You gotta press up and then B. Stupid Mario Brothers. I remember watching a couple episodes of Stupid Mario Brothers and liking it, but I never got into it. But I remember there was pretty deep lore, right? Pretty deep lore, pretty deep lore, pretty deep lore associated with it. I think about like old YouTube series a lot. Like, I think everybody knows the Angry Video Game Nerd. He was the best. He was kind of like a trailblazer. But yeah, like I said, I have a very vivid memory of this game. A very vivid memory of this game. I remember being in second grade, and playing this. I was at school, but it was at night because my mom was friends with the art teacher, and my mom had like gone to the school to help the art teacher out with something. I think it was like a school event, and I brought my Game Boy SP with Wario Land 1 on it, and I specifically, vividly remember that I was this one level. Maybe we'll get there today, but it was like a level with like a moving platform. I think it was in World 6 or something. I was playing it, and I was having such trouble with it, and I was just getting frustrated. And then the art teacher was like, "Oh, those kids, they're always so fascinated with those things," and she was talking about my Game Boy. And then another memory I have of this game is I had invited one of my classmates over and to come hang out at my house, and he called my house on like the landline phone, and he was like, "Hey, yeah, I just want to know what kind of games do you have at your house?" And I said, "Well, I've got Wario Land for the Game Boy." And he's like, "Oh, well, do you have anything else?" I'm like, I've got Wario Land 4 also." And he's like, "Oh, well, that's cool. Maybe we can hang out some other time." And then we just ended up never hanging out. And that's just a funny story I remember. Because I didn't have any consoles, I just had my Game Boy. Click, I guess he just wasn't a big Wario Land fan. Stipple, 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 stipple. You said it certainly became a bit of an epic by the time it ended. Yeah, I remember like they had like a dark evil Mario or something like that. I love like all the creativity of like older YouTube like series and stuff like that. Like every reviewer had like their own like alternate persona and lore for their channel. It was pretty funny. They thought Wario was a bad influence. Well, they wouldn't be wrong. Wario is kind of a greedy guy. He loves treasure, and he loves, you know, kind of self-serving purposes. Hello, Athena, and welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Good, 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 I hope. And for all you other people listening to this, how are you? I hope you had a good week. I still have a bit of a cough. A bit of a cough, but speaking of which, I'm back. Can you guys hear me okay? I guess I gotta wait for that blog. Like I said, it's been a while since I played this. I think I played through it once in 2nd grade. And then I don't think I played it again after that. But I remember beating this at my mom's friend's house. The final boss of this game, we'll probably get there today. I don't think this is a particularly long game. Hot tea for the king. Seedless, good to see you as always. Hold on, I gotta go. Sorry about that, folks. I do have a big bottle of water. My water bottle. I finally got my water bottle back. But I have a lot of good memories of this game. I remember, I specifically remember that this is one of the first games that I found like a secret in completely on my own, and I'll see if I can remember exactly where it is, but I remember when I found the secret in this game. Whoops. When I found, oh jeez Louise. The Abby shrink. Is it okay now? Okay. I remember when I found the secret, the first thing I did was go on to, I think it was Game Facts or Game Radar, one of those sites, and I went to the Wario Land cheat section and I put in like exactly how to find the secret area, because there's a secret level in this game, and I found it when I was in 2nd grade, and I was so excited. The first thing I did was submit it online to like this like Game Facts. Yeah, the world must know. And then the next day at school, I was telling all my friends how I found the secret area in Wario Land for the Game Boy, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I knew about that. But none of them had Wario Land 1. Also, I just really like how in this one Wario has like a safari hat because he's like an adventurer. You know, I think this was the level that I was kind of frustrated with, that I was like at school playing this game. I think this was the level. This is very familiar. I remember the block, and I remember like this little moving segment. Gotta bait the bats. Gotta bait the bats. There we go. Was this for Game Boy? Yes, this is an original Game Boy game. I was playing it always on Game Boy Advance though, because the first system I ever had was a So that's how I was able to get like all the Wario Lands, because these were like $5, $10 at the maximum. Game Boy Advance. Hey, that's awesome. My Game Boy Advance broke a long time ago, but I really want to get another one. Oh, jeez Louise. You have the original boxes of Crystal and the Trainer's Guide manuals, dear. That's fantastic. I'd love to see a photo of those sometime. I'd love to see a photo of those sometime. I'd love to see a photo of those sometime. The one thing I really love about Wario Land is just how animated everybody is. You see like people get hit and their eyes bug out and stuff like that. That's so cool. Everything is just so animated and goofy and just bizarre. And every single Wario Land game is like completely different from the last one. Hold on, let me mute the mic. Sorry about that, folks. My cough has gotten pretty bad. I think it's kind of worsened, so you know, if it doesn't get better within the next week or so, I might go and see somebody about it. But I think it's just kind of a lingering cough. I don't have allergies or anything. Oh, he's coming this way. There we go. We're going to. I love the way that Wario waddles. I don't know what that does. But here's. I think this might be where the secret is. There is a secret somewhere. It's like kind of like these guys look familiar, but there should be a dog throwing knives. There should be a dog that throws knives. Can I? Oh. There we go. No, I don't think it's over here. Original copies of Sapphire and Leaf Green, such as Iridium 2. I don't think I ever. Oh, I had Super Mario Advance as well, because that game came with the SP. That game came with the SP. Though I had Super Mario Advance. I think it was 3. It's the one that had Mario World on it. The one that had Mario World on it. Oh. I keep forgetting. Like I said, I haven't played this in, looks like we've got a request in the box. Someone says, help me, please, it hurts so bad. Some guy working in Missouri. Professional Missouri hater here, by the way. I hate Missouri. Could you diss Missouri with some triggers? I live in Missouri too. But yeah, I can diss Missouri. It's like, we're kind of like we're kind of like, we got Chicago at home. You know, Missouri is cool. St. Louis is fine, but if you really want to diss Missouri, you can talk about how there's nothing to do in Kansas City except watch football games. They basically just got a stadium and that's it. And I guess, something similar could be said about St. Louis as well. We really don't have much at all. People always talk about all the cool stuff in St. Louis, but there's not much actually. There's really not a lot to do besides go to bars. But I do like it here. It's nice. I wonder what I'm supposed to do. Oh, jeez. You're hell-bent on catching Feebass. You got it completely legit, huh? Alright, here we go. It does make sense that you can game over in this game, because you can just start right where you are. Yeah, oh, that's a checkpoint, I see. Why is it called Kansas City? Typical Missouri stealing names from other states. Missouri sucks and I should move away. I don't think so. I kind of like it here. I'd rather live in Missouri than live in Kansas. I mean, as bad as Kansas City is, it's a lot better than Kansas itself, Yeah, I'd say Missouri is like one of the better like Midwestern states. There we go. Okay. easy boss. Easy boss, 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 easy boss. Someone says, why do you hate Missouri so much, friend? Somebody in the request box says, I need 30 reasons not to hate Missouri. It feels like you've already made up your mind, friend, so I'm not here to try and convince you. I'm not like Mr. Missouri or anything. I'm not like the welcoming committee, but like I feel like you've already made up your mind. Bonzo, buenas noches, ya me voy a acostar. Duérmete, 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 duérmete bien. Duérmete, 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 duérmete bien. Buenas noches. Buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches. Buenas noches. Duérmete bien. Ojalá que tú tienes lindos, lindos, lindos sueños, sueños, sueños. Duérmete, duérmete, duérmete bien, 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 bien. I think it's cool they got rid of like the lives in the future Wario Land games because it doesn't make sense. And it's a lot funnier when like Wario is just so powerful that even when he takes damage, he just kind of rolls with the punches. Oops. Shook, shook. Let me take a break to cough. Hold on. Alguien en el request box dice que no entiendo por qué ese tipo odia Missouri. Es un lugar genial para vivir. It depends on who you ask, but yeah, me gusta mucho. Me gusta mucho el Missouri. Oh, this is like a rocket punch. Rocket punch, rocket punch. You guys ever played Marvel vs. Capcom? Sentinel from the X-Men has like a rocket punch attack. He goes like rocket punch. Oops. And it'll hit you off the ground, hit you off the ground, hit you off the ground, hit you off the ground. Oh, jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. No manches, no manches, no manches, no manches. I remember getting Feebas in Pokemon Sapphire. I never got it myself. I had to find a friend of a friend of a friend, and that friend of a friend of a friend, that friend of a friend of a friend, had to trade my friend, the Feebas, to trade to me, and then I had to, max out the beauty stat of Feebas so that it could turn into a melodic. I personally, I feel like Feebas is like the worst implemented Pokemon in Pokemon history. There's never been like a worse like evolution method or anything than Feebas in Generation 3. Absolutely horrible. And then I remember I was really mad because once I got Milotic, I completed the Pokédex. Trilingual Rat King. Muchas gracias. Someone says, Mue, Schmetterling. Schmetterling. Schmetterling, 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 butterfly. Melodic is worth it, yeah, but when I was a kid I didn't like Melodic because it was so hard to get. Hold on, let me cough. Melodic is a beast though. It can basically it can tank like any hit, which didn't matter to me as a kid. I was like, can it kill? Will it kill? Have you guys ever seen that show where they make the knives? And there's that guy who like tests it. He says, it will kill. Goofy show, but that's how I used to think when I was a kid about Pokemon. It's like, does it learn Earthquake? Does it learn Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, or Ice Beam? If not, then I'm not using it, Or like, does it learn Surf? So I love stuff like Tyranitar. Tyranitar also saved my Heiny a bunch of times. for some reason I was the only kid who used a Tyranitar in it. You know, it worked to my advantage 100% of the time because just the sandstorm is just it'll just chip you down, and before you know it, your Pokemon's dead. I remember there's this guy. He had a level 100 Articuno, and my Swampert used to surf on it and got it down to like just a little smidgen of health. Just a smidgen of health. And then my Tyranitar chipped it out with Sandstorm, and he was really mad about it, and I was like, yes. I was popping off on the playground, but this was before they banned Game Boys at my school. They banned Game Boys and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards because it was like, you know, they said it was distracting to the kids, to the children. Think of the children. Variety Mix says, interesting Wario game. Krankenwagen, isn't that ambulance? This is the very first Wario game. This is Wario's first game, Wario Land. And it wasn't even called that. It was called Super Mario Land 3 Wario Land. About Blade Show, you forgot. It was developing critical skills. What was those teachers thinking? What is Blade Show? Tyranitar and Groudon. Well, I mean, it wasn't just him, it was everybody. Everybody hated my Tyranitar. And, you know, at some point, other kids started using Tyranitar. But it was after me, you know, I was the first one who was, like, using Tyranitar on the playground. I know using Tyranitar isn't, like, a novel idea or anything, but I just want to say, in my elementary school, Tyranitar won me many battles. I remember also battling some random kid at the airport. While we were, I think it was because it wasn't Dallas. I think it was the Salt Lake City airport. There was a kid there, and he had a Game Boy Advance with Pokemon Leaf Green, and he was showing me his team, and we battled because, you know, I bring that thing. I keep that thing on me. You know, I had my Game Boy and my link cable at the airport, just in case, you know, the opportunity were to arise. And he did. He had like I remember he had like a Kingdra and a Salamence. Salt Lake City, Utah. Yep. I wasn't going to Salt Lake City. It was just like a layover. Probably thought it was like gambling. It's just boomers. Boomers not understanding what the kids like. Pokemon cards never hurt nobody, you know. Living cough, hold on. But yeah, I remember I did lose. I lost to a guy's Tyranitar at summer camp though one time. I lost to a guy's Tyranitar at summer camp one time, and then after that I was like, yeah, I'm always gonna use, well, I always do Swampert, but then I also was like, I gotta keep using Tyranitar. I just got to. Back in the day, a lot of kids didn't, I mean, like, you know, nowadays, when people play Pokemon, they're like, oh, I gotta use this team, or I could use my that team. But back in the day, like, I mean, at least where I was at, you had like one team of Pokemon because it was so hard to level your Pokemon up to 100. Because I think the strongest Pokemon in Ruby and Sapphire was like at level 60 Metagross for Champion Steven. So it took a while to level up all your Pokemon. Especially before like Emerald and Fire Red and Leaf Green, where you had all those big rematches and stuff with the gym leaders. You just had to do like Elite Four. Okay, I guess I can't do that. But gosh, that's a good idea, JoeyZeed. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll go pick up some cough drops tomorrow, and then for the stream tomorrow, I will use some cough drops on stream. But yeah, back in the day, when you played Pokemon, you had like one team. So my team was Swampert, Skeptop, second level 100. And I still have all these Pokemon. They're in my Sword version. I haven't transferred them to Scarlet and Violet because I haven't bought it, but my team was Swampert, Skiptile, Tyranitar, obviously, Salamence, Houndoom, and Sneasel. Sneasel as well. That was my big team. And that Sneasel sucked. That Sneasel only won me one game, and it was against my friend Peter's X-Cloud. His X-Cloud was really strong. It had like Fire Blast and Hyper Beam, and Hyper Voice too. Hyper Voice was the big problem. And his X-Cloud had taken out all my Pokemon. But I had a Sneasel, and Sneasel's really fast. But it's not very strong. But I just so happened. Hold on, I got a cough. I just so happened to have a Brick Break on my Sneasel, which is like a fighting move for those of you who don't know. And fighting beats normal type, so I used my super fast Sneasel. Basically, it just kind of clutched the game for me, and that's a match I won't forget. Beating that X-Cloud, that was very exciting. I was also a sword loser. Whenever it was time for me to lose. Oh, this is the secret. This is the secret. Check this out. This is a secret. This is a secret. Check this out. You gotta wait for him again. You gotta wait for him again. There's a secret here. I gotta power up into Super Wario. This is the secret. This is the secret area. JoeyZeed says, I love Weavile. This was before Weavile. It was just Sneasel. Weavile didn't come out. But once I found out about Weavile, I was so hyped because I'm like, oh, I'm going to evolve my Sneasel. I'm going to evolve my Sneasel. But then my parents were like, why do you need another Game Boy? You've already got one. But I was like, wow, Dad, it's a DS. It's not the same. I ended up not getting a DS until Pokemon Black and White came out. Hold on, let me cough. Jake the Gamer says, I've never had a Pokemon game before, but I have 2 whole binders of cards. Your friend destroyed your Blastoise EX. Oof, yikes, that's gonna hurt. Because he thought it was fake, even though you pulled it out of the pack. Well, that's a hater move if I've ever heard of one. I learned about it from the Lucario film too. Man, that Lucario film, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. That movie changed my life. Dermacrush, if you ever seen it. I feel like it might have had the same effect on you as well. The first time I saw Lucario, I knew that was like one of the coldest to ever do it, and I wanted it. And then I also remember using Lucario Force Palm on the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl demo at a Target, and I was like, wow, this is one of the rawest to ever do it. But like I said, I never got to experience Gen 4 because my parents wouldn't let me get a DS. Because they said I already had a Game Boy. Which is very silly, right? But my parents just don't understand video games at all, even to this day. I never had a system until the Wii. Because they liked the Wii. Because, you know, it's like, oh wow, it's motion controlled. Oh wow, you can exercise. That was a big selling point for a lot of parents, I feel like. The motion controls is very like friendly to a casual consumer. But I was thankful for that because I got my first video game console. I always wanted a PS2. I was like, Mom, Dad, can I get a PS2? They're like, no, PS2. But I bet if I told them that it was a DVD player, they would have gotten it. Mewtwo was the coolest. I remember Mewtwo was like my favorite Pokemon for quite a while. Alright, can I grab this guy? Yeah, I can. Alright, let's... Oh gosh, alright. So you gotta go up here. You gotta go up here. I think you gotta be Big Wario though, so I might actually have to come back here. $200 DVD player. That was a selling point for most people, because DVD players were very expensive back in the first like game system that I knew the name of. Like everyone would just like my parents and my cousins would always call like their like PS1 like, oh, let's go play video games, or let's go play on the game. They would say let's go play on the game or something like that. But the PS2 was the first system where everyone was like, oh, it's the PS2. Check it out. It's the PlayStation 2. So it was the very first one that I knew the name of. You know, PS2 was a huge deal. You were born in 2009. I was born in 1997. So around 2009. What happened at the one? Where was I in 2009? I think I was in 5th grade, so I had just gotten my Wii. And I remember, yes, the first game I had was Wii Sports. That was awesome. And then I got, you know, everybody knows that when you get Wii Sports, you gotta get Wii Play with it. Everyone would always be like, hey, if you buy this game Wii Play, you get a free remote with it. And it's like, because the system only came with one remote, so they're like, oh yeah, sure, of course you're gonna buy Wii Play then. So that, and then the first game that my parents bought for me on the Wii was Bionicle Heroes, which is like like a Bionicle FPS. It was like a Bionicle FPS because I loved Bionicles back in 5th grade. I was obsessed with Bionicles because Bionicles are the coolest. The first console that was exclusively mine, I didn't get until I was in college because I didn't have money to buy a console. Until that point, all the consoles I had to share with my sister. So my sister is like a big, like, she's big into horror games and RPGs. So, oh gosh. So I really loved Zelda. She really loved Zelda. These aren't spikes. I can just go past it. Okay, that's good to know. So she likes a lot of RPGs. She loved to play on the Wii. She really liked Silent Hill. Me and her both loved Zelda. That was like a mutual game we played together. Was Zelda. So she liked like the Wii Zeldas. She played the Wii Zeldas, and me, I kept playing for some reason. I would like always play the N64 Zeldas that were on the Virtual Console. I really loved Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. But my sister was very into like Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and she really loved Okami as well. My sister was really big into Okami, and I remember she was on the final boss of Okami, and my mom was mad at my sister for whatever reason, and she like unplugged the Wii while my sister was on the final boss of Okami, and my sister will still talk about that to this day. She's like, you remember how Mom unplugged the Wii on me while I was at the final boss of Okami? And I'm like, yeah, Jess, I know, that was crazy, right? She was like, I'm still not over that. So yeah, I mean, I still have the Wii. I should bring it back over to her house so that she can finish Okami. You collect video game consoles, really? Which ones do you have? When I was 15, I started collecting for my favorite system, which is the Sega Genesis. I can't even. I gotta go die now. So you gotta be big Wario for this segment. You gotta be big Wario for this segment. On Steam for years, you still gotta get around to playing it. Art style's beautiful. My sister says it's one of her favorite games ever. And my sister, she doesn't like, she's not like a big video game player, but when she gets into a game, she really gets into a game. She loves Zelda. She loves, horror games. She used to play, what is it? Yeah, Silent Hill and The Evil Within. She also liked God of War as well. God of War 3. Because we also got the PS3. I had to share the PS3 with my sister. But then my sister went to college, so the PS3 was essentially just mine, and then I started getting into Street Fighter and stuff. Hey, well, you know what? I'm making a new Sega Genesis console, a new Sega Genesis update video, as a matter of fact, because I have like 50 new games for it, because I'm always collecting. Hold on, I gotta cough. Heroes. I always wanted to get that. I remember, so I used to read Nintendo Power a lot in middle school because the middle school library they always had like magazines and stuff for you to read. So I'd always read that. And then the two games that I wanted, it's like the Wii is a cool system because like all my friends had 360. By the time we got to middle school, the Wii wasn't cool anymore. I was playing Mario Baseball with my friend Peter, and everyone was talking about, oh, you gotta play Guitar Hero and Call of Duty and stuff like that. And that's this game's never really interested me. But I still wanted to, like this like edgier FPS games. They never interested me. But I did want the Wii to seem cool, and I was like, oh, the Wii's got good games too, like No More Heroes and Mad World, games that I had never played before, mind you. There we go. Okay, here's the secret world. Check this out. You General, for how many pins you have on your vest? You just ordered 16 new pins. Jeez Louise, General, what are all those pins for? Your favorite console, Sega Genesis as well, Jake. That's awesome. And you have Okami on PS2. That's cool. I still have it on the Wii. In fact, speaking of the Wii, man, since I'm about to be done with school, by the way, folks, I did pass my exams. I passed all my exams. So here's the secret world that I freaked out about discovering as a kiddo. This is Sherbert Land. Let me cough, hold on. Reluctant Warrior says that in grade school, one of your teachers handed out Pokemon-themed pencils. It was the prime of Pokemania, so the schooling system couldn't escape it. Gosh, I remember at the height of Pokemania, I don't think I was in school yet. I was still in preschool. But I would go to birthday parties, and all we would talk about is Pokemon. Like, oh, did you see Pokemon? Oh, what's your favorite Pokemon? Oh, Mewtwo is way stronger than this Pokemon. And some bozo tried to tell me that Kangaskhan was stronger than Mewtwo. And I was like, dude, that doesn't make sense at all. Kangaskhan doesn't even have psychic powers. He's like, Kangaskhan is the strongest Pokemon in all of Pokemon. And I believed him for a little bit because I was very gullible and he was like older than me. So this bozo tried to tell me Kangaskhan could beat Mewtwo. It's like, in what world? Oh, okay, so Jacob plays, so now I definitely remember your friend. Yeah, you did it in the chat a couple times. What a dummy. Well, to be fair, JoeyZeed, I was like 4 and he was 5. I might have even been 3. I also remember at preschool we used to like pretend to be Pokemon and fight each other, and then they had to be like, you guys, we can play Pokemon, but we can't be fighting each other on the preschool playground, and I got pretty upset about that, but eventually we did play Pokemon without fighting each other. Thank you for Forgotten AI. Godzilla Unleashed is a good game, but I feel like mechanically the best Godzilla game is not All Monsters Melee. What's the other? Godzilla Save the Earth is like mechanically the most solid one. But what's his name? I was very disappointed to find that Space Godzilla is pretty terrible in that game. I think the best character is like Orga or something. I remember somebody telling me about Orga and Gigan being like the best characters in that game. Oh jeez. Thank you for Mix. Of course, JC, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to it, looking forward to you, looking forward to you, looking forward to you. Take care, I love you, and have a great, great, great sleep tonight. We used to fight each other as Shadow and Sonic. You want to be White Sonic? We said there is no White Sonic. There is, well, I mean, eventually he would be right. Eventually he would be right. Silver didn't come around until, well, you said you were born in '09, so Silver was around until then. Silver didn't come out until 2009. 2006, which, by the way, when Sonic 06 came out, it's like infamously this terrible game, right? But when I was a kid, I was like, man, this looks like the coolest game I've ever seen in my entire life. Because, Sonic was like on the PS3, the graphics looked great. It was like, they had like hyper-realistic Eggman. You couldn't tell me that game wasn't good. And then all my friends had it and we would play it. And it's like, wow, look at Sonic, he's going so fast. As a kid, you tolerate a lot of terrible games because you just like them, it's like, I like a lot of games, not because they're good games, but because they're Sonic games, which I think is just kind of funny. Oh, jeez. Click, click. Jared says that they were born in 89, but look like they're 23. Hello, Cosmo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I hope you're doing okay. You hated Sonic when you were little. You only played Sonic vs. Shadow because your friend wanted to. You were a Mario kid. I was always a Sonic kid at heart. I got very into Mario when was I really into Mario? Because I remember I had like a Mario OC. I was like an orange Mario brother. If I can find the drawings, I will. I had like a Mario OC in like 4th grade, and he went pretty raw. And he was like orange Mario. I gotta find it. I gotta go to my parents. I'm gonna go to my parents' house tomorrow anyway, so I'm gonna go look around and see if I can find my Mario OC. I had Sonic OCs too, more than I can count, but just the idea of a Mario OC is very funny to me looking back at it. You had an HTF. What is HTF? I also kind of became like a Mario kid around like once I got a Wii, because like there's like so many Mario games, right? And there was no Sonic games. There was Secret Rings, and there was Black Knight, and I thought Secret Rings was good, and I hope they re-release it one day. But it's kind of like trapped on the Wii with the motion controls. Happy Tree Friends, Happy Tree Friends. I didn't like in middle school because it was violent. I was very well-mannered and kind of a square. As a kid, I was a square, pretty much. Yeah, I didn't like Happy Tree Friends. I didn't like Call of Duty. No violence, anything like that. No swearing. I did get really into South Park when I was like in middle school, though. Like, I must have been like 11 or something. And South Park was so funny to me. And there was like a big debate. There's in middle school. I remember in middle school, 6th grade, there's always like a big debate. It's like, what's the best show? Is it South Park or is it Family Guy? And I was always saying, oh, South Park's better, South Park's better. And people are like, oh, Family Guy is way funnier. It's got Quagmire in it. Just really funny, like, very funny, like lunchroom arguments about that kind of stuff. I did like Mortal Kombat when I was a kiddo. Oh man. I was so into Mega Man in 6th grade. That one kid told me to stop. He's like, all you do is talk about Mega Man. It's exhausting. And I was like, what are you talking about? But he was kind of right. All I did was talk about Mega Man and like draw Mega Man Robot Masters in my notebook. I didn't do any homework. I would just draw Mega Man Robot Masters fighting each other in 6th grade, because that was when Mega Man 9 came out, and I had never even played a Mega Man game besides like Battle Network back in the day. But yeah. Let this play happen about it. They really did, because like all I would do is talk about Mega Man or like compare stuff to Mega Man. And I remember in 6th grade I brought like a picture, like a stock picture, like a render of Toxic Seahorse, the boss from Mega Man X3, into class and told everyone I drew it, and no one believed me. But I put it up on the wall because I think if you like a sharing thing, but I put it up on the wall because I just loved Mega Man so much. And I used to have a YouTube channel where I just made animations of like Mega Man in MS Paint, but I deleted it because I was embarrassed. But I wish I never did because I would love to have shown you guys. Anton Blast or Peach Tower. I love Peach Tower. I've already beaten it. I hear Anton Blast is coming out soon. Reluctant Warrior says, I hated Pokemon at first because it was just everywhere during Pokemania days. For reference, you were born in '94. I see. You thought that bus driver advert for Red and Blue was terrifying and did not like how much of an earworm the theme song was. Then you saw the film, which kind of had you feeling like you were questioning a bunch of things. You finally came around during Sapphire. I ended up like saying, oh, I don't like Pokemon, I don't like Pokemon in Gen 4, but I was a hater because like my parents wouldn't let me get the game. Hold on, I gotta cough. By the way, 1253, how the heck have you been? I haven't seen you in quite a long time. Your friend said don't talk say Emma around Jacob because they'll just talk about Mario and Luigi. You know were great games was the Mario and Luigi games. I don't know if you guys ever played them. Probably have. They're really good. Like the RPGs. Superstar Saga is still my favorite one, but I think Bowser's Inside Story is also really good. I haven't played Partners in Time or Dream Team, but the ones I have played I really love, especially Superstar Saga. It was just so cool, like playing a Mario game and you're not like in the Mushroom Kingdom fighting Goombas, you're in the neighboring Bean Kingdom and you're fighting like beans and stuff. Your summer break, hey, that's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, that's what I like to hear. Super Mario RPG. I got that game for Christmas and I still haven't played it because I haven't had time. So what I want to do during over the break is I want to work on my ROM hack a little more, work on my Pokemon ROM hack a little more, and Dream Team was really good. You said I want to work on my ROM hack a little more, and I want to play Twilight Princess, and I want to play Mario RPG, Mario Wonder. That's kind of like some games that are on my list. Jolly Roger Bay, huh? I gotta show you guys this. I had posted this in the Discord, but there is a the scariest game I'd ever played as a kid, which like kept me up at night, was this. It is, well, let me move this down a bit. I'm just gonna show you here. It was Bugs Bunny Flash game. It was a yes, this was it. This was the scariest game I had ever played as a youngster. This was basically it. You're Bugs Bunny and you're running around, running away from a mutant carrot, and this. So there's the carrot there. This is a very scary carrot, and they would also they'd be like, get that rabbit, go catch him now, and it was just very scary. And I remember when I first played this game, I was so scared that that I had to sleep in my parents' bed because it just scared me so much. Just funny to think about. Just funny to think about now, like the kind of stuff that the kind of stuff that scares me. I would never be scared by something that silly now. But, well, at least I'd like to hope so. Anyways. Click, click, click. You dare me to type E into the search bar. What's E? What would be in E? E? Okay, I'll type it in. Like, what are you trying to say? Let's, me He says he dares me to type E into the search bar. Okay. eBay. Ebenezer Scrooge. This is probably what it is. This is what I'm frequently searching up when I look at E. What else we got? Anonymous request box. Sign into your account. I've got my my med school notes here. You know, talking about estrogen, progesterone, contraceptives. I'm not sure what you were looking for. Probably something devious. Knowing you, dermacrush. See you, Dwala. Love you, and it was great to see you, friend. Bugs Bunny game on Game Boy. Was it Crazy Castle? Was it Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle? Iridan 2 gave you some frights. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't think I've ever seen that. What am I supposed to see on there? If a naughty site is supposed to come up, you're not gonna find it on my computer, friend, because I'm not that kind of rat. At least not anymore. I also really liked Digimon as a kid. My favorite was Agumon, but now it's Gabumon because he's cool. SpongeBob SquarePants movie came for the SP. Look up the death scene, but turn it down. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie game death scene. SpongeBob movie death scene GBA. Let's see. SpongeBob and Patrick get hit, and then SpongeBob. Oh, they dry up and die. Gosh, that's frightening. That is frightening, 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 frightening. Yeah, the old episodes on VHS, huh? Gosh, you remember VHS tapes? I can't say I miss them. I don't think VHS is a very good, and it's definitely not a time-sensitive, format either. Sleep Nightmare Fuel. I'll have to watch it again when I'm not streaming. I don't have my volume on anything, except for on Wario Land, but to be honest, this music is really chill. Like, this Wario Land music is very chill. It's just like a static loop of music, but it's like very relaxing in a way. I guess this is the music for like the water levels. The water levels, water levels. Renamon, you're a big Renamon fan, huh? I know quite a few Renamon fans out there. Shout out to one of my older viewers. What's their name? One of my older viewers. Oh yeah. Captain Saku 40K, who is obsessed with Renamon. Cyber Sleuth. I didn't really like Cyber Sleuth. Yeah, I'll tell you what I did like though. I really liked the Digimon World DS games. Those were fun. Those were a lot of fun. Played a bit of Digimon World Next Order. You know, I really don't like the Digimon games they've been coming out with because they're like very like human drama driven, and it's like, dude, I'm trying to play Digimon. I don't care. Like, Digimon Survive was terrible. It was like a visual novel, and it's like, you know, that's not what I'm looking for. When I'm trying to play a Digimon game, I'm trying to fight with Digimon and raise Digimon. I don't care about what's going on in these high schoolers' lives. But that's just a personal gripe. I'm sure many people liked Digimon Survive, but me, I was severely disappointed. I haven't truly enjoyed a Digimon game in quite his sister had that SpongeBob game for the SP, and that he knows what Jake is talking about because he still has the cartridge for it. I see. Was that game any good, by the way? The SpongeBob movie game. The SpongeBob movie game. A game. Oopsie doodle. Okay, we'll go get this again. What is this? Oh, we gotta jump on him again. All the Digimon cartoon series. I liked the first couple. I didn't like the one where they turned into the Digimon, though. I think that was when I stopped watching it. Yeah, that was about when I stopped watching Digimon. It's like with like Agunimon and there's like the humans who turn into the Digimon, like Beetlemon and stuff. The designs were Wario can get the star. I don't remember this part. That's interesting. Interesting. Why is the spearman is like a signature Wario Land enemy. Oopsie doodle. Oopsie doodle is a phrase that I picked up from Taco Man Plays, a video game. Taco Man would always say oopsie doodle, and then I started saying it, and now it's become a habit. And I remember one time I said oopsie doodle in English class, and this dude looks at me and he says, oopsie doodle. I would go on to get in a fight with that guy, and then we became friends afterwards. But he just gave me like the dirtiest look, and he looked at me, he said, oopsie doodle. And I was like, what? Sorry about that, folks, I had to cough. Adventure, O2, and Tamers were the gold standard. I really liked the second one with Veemon, where they weren't allowed to digivolve until they beat the Dark Master, who turned out to be a guy named Ken, and he had a little worm as a friend. And Wormmon was like the wimpiest Digimon of all of them. And the Dark Master Ken was like some kid who went to their school, but was just kind of a jerk. You know, kind of think of it like the story of the first couple Digimon was actually pretty good. I also liked how, like, in the third season of Digimon, like the Digimon started appearing in real life, like Gilmon started appearing, and you know, I will say, I think that out of every character ever created in anything, I think Gargomon and Terriermon are like peak character design in its truest form. I don't think there's ever been like a character as cool as Gargomon, and I don't think there's been a mascot as like adorable and effective as Terriermon. Like, just top-notch stuff. You went into the locker room and you saw a garbage Yoshi, a giant Yoshi plush in the garbage for some reason. Did you take it? What happened? I need more context on this garbage Yoshi story. Like a school girl who threw away a Yoshi plushie. Maybe it was cursed or something. It must have been Bowser Jr. I'm crazy ticket. Gargomon gun. Gargomon is peak character design. There's never been a character design cooler than Gargomon, honestly. I'm a huge fan. There is a really freaky boss in this game. It was like a disembodied head. Like some guy's head. He's got like these huge eyes. And then Bobo the bird, who appeared in the first two Wario Land games. And I think he should appear again. You know, they're like, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Captain Syrup is Wario's arch nemesis, but you know, I never was like a huge fan of Captain Syrup, and I don't think she's like a good. I think like Wario's good as the antagonist, like as the aggressor, like just being greedy and getting into trouble, you know, not trying to stop an evil force, you know. But anyways, folks, it is now 12 in the morning. I did start a bit late. I think tomorrow I will start to stream at the normal time around 10 o'clock. And I will play something else. Or maybe, I don't know, I'll just play whatever I can think of. But anyways, folks, if nobody told you today, always remember that you matter. Always remember that you're important. Always remember